Hey, Internet peeps. This is Bill, or the Dude RC. Doing some more upgrades on the Promotos. Well, actually, I've done most of the upgrades already that I wanted to do. I just going to continue on. I didn't really think to record the upgrades that I did to that one, since they're pretty much identical to the upgrades that I did to this one. This one did get the front end completely rebuilt after I'd had a really bad crash and broke the triple trees and the backbone, and I even cracked the tank, and I squared the wheel and cracked the bash plate, but I even split the rear shock on it. So I got all that replaced already. And then this one, while I had them both out, was let a buddy drive this one, and unfortunately he had a little mishap, and not mad at all. I mean, they're toys. We still had fun. We still left smiling. That's what it's all about, is having fun. But he did end up breaking the backbone and the little spring that allows the front to go, absorb some bumps. So I went ahead and replaced all that in there, and figured while I was at it, I would go ahead and, if this will just focus, I did put in the same GPM bash plate that I put in that one. And then after I put it all together, I thought, hey, I would like to really make it look nice like that one does. And I found that Treal is now making parts as well. And I have to be honest, I think I like the Treal stuff the best. There's not really any weight difference or anything. It's the little stuff like this, how they polish the edges of it. Did the same thing for the front hub carrier, and I used the Treal front brake caliper, and this brake caliper is great. Full loose, stops unbelievably well. I think it works a little bit better than the Vitavon one. The Vitavon one, even all the way released, still drags just a little bit, but it does grab great. And I have the Vitavon swing arm on there because at one point I was running the Promoto tires on there, and chain card caught the ground, broke the swing arm. Then I also tried to run it with these without the chain guard, and that just ate into the teeth really bad. That was not a good idea there. So I'm going to keep this one as the off-road bike. It's all done, and this one I'm going to turn into my on-road bike. I've got a headlight ordered for it, tail light ordered for it. I'm going to be doing a few changes here. Let's see, I'm going to pull off these wheels, front and rear, and put them on this bike, since this one does have a couple bends in there, and since this one's brand new, it doesn't have anything. And of course the rear tires kind of bald, and again, nice fresh tire. So I'm going to turn this one into the street one. I'm going to put these rings on it from Hot Racing. They're relatively new release. There's the part number. That should help keep from bending up the spokes should I have another mishap with it. And then also, I'm going to swap out that gear for the slightly smaller Hot Racing speed gear. It's 35 tooth versus 36, and the pinion is 1 tooth larger, which I think is 11 tooth if memory serves. But hopefully that will allow me to run it without the chain guard on these wheels with the slightly smaller sprocket. And on top of that, I will be adding on the hardened chain, just in case it does rub a little bit. I know at least this chain might be a little bit stronger than stock. Well, I don't know that, but I'm assuming it will be. Maybe I just got to bring those down so it just can't lean over as far. Oh well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. And then my very last thing, I'm a dork. I get geeked out over this stuff. I got the hoodie showed up for him. This is from 2FM RC. Really cool stuff. But I do have some patches where this is kind of an inside joke, so people in the Waco area actually know what that means. We'll be covering that and throw some stuff on the back. And like I said, with the headlight and the tail light and the street tires and the faster gearing and the hoodie, I kind of make it the Grom-ish like. Not, you know, really a Grom, but close. I think maybe trim this up a little bit. So next I'll get to swapping all that over, and then we'll go ahead and take them both out for a drive and see how it does with the new speed gear, see how it does with the Promoto tires, and with any luck, hopefully this won't hit the ground and cause that problem again. So I'll be coming back in just a moment. So it's been a few days later now since I started working on the Promotos. While I was working on them, got to play with the fire team. Unfortunately, it blew a front knuckle or bearing on its first run, so I had to guess that'll be the next upgrade on that. But man, am I happy with this. There they are. The blue one has now got the Promoto tires on it. Got the Hot Racing 35 tooth sprocket, the hardened steel chain, 11 tooth pinion up there. And I was very excited to get the hoodie for it. Got our little shop logo, and that's just because we don't do state inspections, but I get asked all day, every day, if I do state inspections. For the record, I don't do state inspections. With our little shop logo in the back. Let's see how that stays on. Wife gave me a hand getting that ironed in place, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I can't wait to take it for a ride, or, well, RC drive it, I should say. And then, so I pulled his front Promoto wheel, or off-road wheel off, and put it on him, and I put on these HR rings, and I didn't put the GPM hub back on here, just because these rings, they're a lot heavier than I thought they would be. And also, that's the stock rotor on there now. I took off the Vitavon one, and it's not the Vitavon caliper that was binding. The Vitavon rotor is just a little bit thicker than the stock one, so fair. Oh, heck, let's put that one back on. Of course, got the new rear tire on there, so we'll go take her out for a ride here in a little bit, and see how they do side by side. I'm really digging this. I was wishing the headlight would have shown up by now. Headlight and tail light assembly, but they're on the way. And, well, as soon as this weekend gets here, we're going to go play with them. See you in a few. Alright, we're back. Took me a little bit to be able to go run these. Unfortunately, I had some hospital visits, and it's kind of knocked me down for a little bit. And also, I didn't have a camera person with me today, so I didn't get any video recordings of the bikes. So, sorry about that, guys. I do want to just let you all know how the stuff went. With this extra weight on this wheel, this thing, the whole bike is unbelievably well planted off-road. It takes bumps and jumps just spectacularly, and I mean, it's smooth, it's nice, and it's still fast. I assume it's still doing every bit of the 42 that they do stock. But yeah, this is the wheel rim, what do you call this? The rings for my hot racing, definitely worth it, no doubt about it. Not only because of the extra weight to give the bike a little bit more stability, but keep from bending these spokes. And you know the Promoto, you know just how hard it is to get parts, or even the bikes right now. Now this one I am just absolutely thrilled with. It works great on the street. Stopped by at the local hobby shop to pick up some parts for one of my other cars, and brought in the bike, and they literally stopped their Mini B race series inside just so that they could come out and check out it doing its thing. It will do a wheelie until I'm out of room. You know, it'll get 300 feet out, and I'll have to pull it down out of its wheelie. This gear set, this hot racing gear set, is an excellent upgrade, because I can take speed, high speed left-handers where it's even flexing this up, and it still does not hit the ground. So just going down one single tooth on sprocket size made all the difference. Plus, this thing is fast. There's no doubt it's faster than they are stock. I would assume 46-ish miles per hour. I do need to get one of those Sky RCs. But anyway, now that I've had more time to actually play with it, with this brake on it, this brake is awesome. The amount of clamping force just blows me away. And everybody that was at the hobby shop today to check it out, you know, they were even amazed just how much grip. Because if I grab it myself, they couldn't turn the wheel. So it does wheelies for days. It does stoppies. It handles great. It accelerates great. Which does actually kind of bring me to one thing on this. While this still does great wheelies, it did diminish its ability to hold a wheelie as long. I mean, you could still do one for 150 feet, give or take, but this one, it'll wheelie, and gosh, I'd say it probably can do about 400 feet worth of wheelie now, depending on how you have it set up. So all in all, the Treal parts are great. Every bit as good, if not better, than the Vitavon. Actually, I think it is a little bit better than the Vitavon. The Vitavon swing arm is prettier, but you know, having GPM and Treal and Vitavon and hot racing, I'm definitely a fan of the Treal parts. The Treal parts work great. I'll try to get a video in the future of them running, because this guy, he just looks so great doing wheelies. Still waiting on the headlight and tail light, but they are English. They are on the way. So not an exciting video, but I hope it was a helpful video for people looking to do some upgrades on the parts. My particular choice is going to be Treal. Treal seems to just make the nice, and it just looks the nicest. You know, not saying that these don't look great and work great. They do, but the Treal is, I think, just a little bit better, and it's cheaper. So anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday week, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.